Hey yo, how's it going everyone? I hope you guys are all having a phenomenal day. My name is Moot. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of my survival let's play 1.18 edition. Yes, the 1.18 update finally came out a couple days ago and I have tested it out on my own as well as with some friends, and I'm glad to say that it is super fun and there's a lot of crazy things for us to explore in this new update. Now, I am going to allow cheats simply so that I can take better thumbnails for the videos, but I promise I will not be giving myself anything or anything else of that sort. As far as the seed is concerned, I'm just gonna leave it random and see the luck that we get, and I'm going to leave every single other setting on default. We're gonna leave the difficulty on normal for now, but we might bump it up to hard if we feel like we need more of a challenge later down the road. That being said, let's create this world. Alright. Oh, look at that lag. Lovely. Alright everyone, well we have just spawned into our world and it looks like we are kind of in the middle of nowhere in this snowy mess. Luckily there's a couple of spruce trees here for us to get started. I also spotted another portal over on the right side of my screen, so we'll go check that out for some loot. That being said, for this adventure I have a couple of plans, most of it being building. I do consider myself to be more of a builder when it comes to Minecraft. I know everyone has their own ways of enjoying this game. Some people love redstone, some people love adventure, some people love to just hang out with their friends. My thing is mostly building, so we'll see a lot of that in this adventure. Oh, let's be careful of that polar bear. Let's not get too close. For those of you who don't know, polar bears, when they are with their children, their babies, they do get aggressive. So let's stray away from that. Alright, so I didn't actually kind of look at what was in there. I kind of just picked it all up. Thorns to helmet, you know what? Could always come in handy. That being said, I did have a couple of goals for this adventure, like I said, building wise. And since it is almost Christmas time and it is the holidays, I was thinking let's maybe build a little Christmas themed mini village with kind of a nice little Christmas tree in the center and a couple of buildings surrounding it that are not necessarily all essential for survival Minecraft, but just look good and give a good vibe. I'm just gonna break some of these leaves here, trying to get some saplings so that we can hopefully regrow these trees closer to our home. Well, looks like we didn't get super lucky on that one. Oh well. Let's punch some grass and get some seeds to get early game food. Okay, so I spot a big mountain over there and a plains biome. Oh my god, with a village! Okay, this is perfect actually. This is going to be a perfect early game food source for us. So let's run out over there and try to see what this village has to offer, and then I suggest that we go for that mountain. This side seems to be kind of boring and plainy, but the back side of it seems to have some snow, and I kind of want to explore that for our little Christmas village. I am going to loot all of the crops from this village because, oh well, I need food. And the villagers, they're doing alright. They don't need me. Hi horse, we'll come back for you some other time. Collecting all of the hay bales. One, so we can trade with villagers, but two, for food. Because like I said, food is going to be really difficult to get in the early game. I found, at least for myself, it's something I always struggle with. I tend to get so excited with all of the things to do in the world that I forget about food. So having access to these hay bales so we can make some bread early on is going to definitely be super helpful for us. I will also try to get one of these cats. I feel kind of bad. He's trying to run on the hay bales as I'm destroying them. I will definitely be getting a cat. I am a cat lover in real life, so we'll try to get ourselves a cat in this world as soon as possible. But I think our first order of business should be to find a little spot to settle and build a little home, because the night is going to fall soon, and I want a place to call home where we can go to sleep and be safe. I'm gonna steal the bed. Alright, I've pretty much looted all that this village has to offer. So, oop, actually there is a fisherman's hut over there that I haven't yet checked out. Oh, there is a chest. Oh, fish. Okay. This is perfect. We might be able to get ourselves a cat right now. I know there's a cat back there, but I don't really like that cat. I want the other one that I saw. Come on. Where did you go? Guys, I think I've lost the cat. However, I have found this, which is really exciting because I see coal right there, which we need to get our hands on as soon as possible. So you know what, guys? I think... Where's the sun? It's dead ahead, dead center, right above us. I say we go and do a little bit of mining just for some early game coal and iron. Creeper, back away! Okay. You guys know what? I'm gonna make a stone axe and a stone pickaxe and a furnace for ourselves. And I think we can skip out on the rest of the stone tools for now. The axe will serve as both a weapon and a way for us to chop trees just a little quicker. And the pickaxe obviously will serve us in the caves. I don't think we need a shovel quite yet. If we do end up needing one, I'll just craft it later on. Alright, here's our first piece of iron, and unfortunately it looks like it's just a lone piece of iron. That's a little sad, I'm not gonna lie, but here, there's another one right here. And this one's also lonely. God, what? What is it with all this lonely iron? They need friends. Oh god, that is terrifying. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going near that right now. We need some armor before we can before we can go on to exploring that part of the cave. Speaking of which, there's a lot of skeletons everywhere, and I don't feel safe. I feel scared. Alright, we are a monster hunter, but I don't think we are gonna be hunting monsters for much longer. Let's get out of this cave before we die. We are on 3.5 hearts, guys. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm just... Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm gonna collect these last few pieces of iron just so we can get set up with an early game farm so I can make a bucket. Oh boy. I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. We're on like 2 hearts, but I really want to be able to establish ourselves. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run. Oh my god. Oh my god. Phew. Well, that was dangerous. We'll definitely come back and explore this cave a little later on, but for now we have 4 iron to our name, which I think is plenty enough. It's enough for us to make a little bucket, and that's all I really wanted to be able to make, just so we can make a little farm for all this wheat, potatoes, and carrots. Beetroot doesn't really matter that much. Now that we're back in the village from our crazy mining expedition, I say we still try and find that cat that we were looking for earlier. If I can, that is, because that cat seems to be running away from me, I'm telling you guys. But before we can find the cat, it's becoming to be nighttime, so let's skip our first night. What a sunrise. Alright. Guys, you know what? I hate to be like this, but I think I'm gonna give up on trying to get the cat simply because I've been running around this village for the past 5 minutes and still have not found the cat. So I think we'll just come back here. We have to come back anyways for mining, because that mine looked really awesome and I want to come back to explore it further in the future. So we'll be back. We'll be back. And we'll try to get that cat once we do come back. In the meantime, let's go and climb that mountain to try to find a nice little spot to settle. Alright guys, I have found this beautiful little valley over here, right on the other side of the mountain. Back behind these hills is where the village that we originally found is, as well as our spawn point. So if we ever want to go back to that mine, which I'm pretty sure we will do very soon, we can always just hop up on there and we're right over there. That being said, this is a perfect little spot, I think, for our starter house. Speaking of starter house, we need materials, so let's get on chopping some wood. Luckily for us, we're right next to this giant spruce forest, so shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, so for this starter house, we're going to need both spruce and oak wood, and luckily for us, there's a bunch of spruce over here, but I also spot some oak wood up on the top of that mountain, so what do we say we go and find that oak wood and chop down some trees. I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to bring back some saplings so that we can plant them just a little bit closer to home so that we don't have to always go up this mountain whenever we need to collect wood for our village. Alright everyone, oak wood and oak saplings now gathered. I think it's time we get building this little house. What do you guys say? But before we get building, I'm actually going to craft myself a shovel. I know we talked about maybe doing that in the future earlier. Well, that time has now come because I need to get rid of this little bit of terrain right here, just so we have some slightly more even terrain to build on. I'm usually a big advocate of building around the terrain, like using the terrain to your advantage and not trying to flatten everything out. However, for this little starter house, I think it's going to be just a little simpler for us, considering how we're limited on materials if we flatten it out. This is also not a very pretty piece of land. It's just kind of a naturally generated little bump in the terrain, so let's just get rid of it. Plus, it gives us some dirt that we can later use to help us build. Let's just not forget to sleep while we're building this house, because otherwise this is going to be very bad for us. Pretty sure we all remember that little episode down in the cave with all those creepers and skeletons. Not fun, not fun. I don't want to have that happen ever again, so let's just sleep as a precaution. And it looks like our iron is melted. Something I want to talk about right now also is that building is a lot of trial and error. I know a lot of people in the building community, especially people who are beginners, are always like, well, how come your stuff looks so good on the first try? It doesn't. That's the key thing. And I know I'm not talking for myself because I'm fairly new to making videos on YouTube. I used to back in the day, and I'm just now getting back into it. But I know a lot. I see like in the comment sections of bigger YouTubers, how do you build so well? Like, how do you do everything on the first try? The truth is that, and those YouTubers have said it themselves, the truth is they don't do it on the first try. It takes many tries to get something perfectly right, and sometimes it's never perfect, and that's just the way it is. We just gotta enjoy our builds even with their mistakes and learn to enjoy their imperfections. Speaking of not working on the first try, I really did not like that 5 wide and 7 long little thing I did. It looked a little too big for what I actually have in mind for this village, so I'm gonna go slightly smaller with this. I'm gonna do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. This is just a little starter house. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's gonna be very small. Some of you guys might even think it's a little too small, but you know what? I just want it to feel nice, cute, and cozy. And I think this is gonna do it just perfect for us. And it looks like I'm going to need to chop some more wood. So let's do that really quick. Alright, back to the fun part. Building. Now, considering how we're very limited on materials because we literally just spawned into this world a few minutes ago, I'm not going extra crazy on the roof materials. I'm just building it all out of spruce. If we want to upgrade our house later, we can do that. Something else I wanted to talk about on that same line is that your builds don't have to be perfect the first time you build them. You might build them with the materials you have at the time and then upgrade them later in your world when you have better materials. Now this is looking pretty cute. I'm liking it. It just needs walls and a few more details. But first, let's go chop some more wood. While we're taking a break from building and chopping all this wood, I wanted to remind all of you guys, replant behind yourselves. The forest is ever growing, but if we don't replant behind ourselves, well, there's gonna be no more forests, so make sure you always replant behind you. Alright, what do you guys say we put some walls on this house? A little trick I have when filling in floors, make them out of slabs. You'll save a lot of resources and no one can tell because, well, there's nothing below. This place just needs a little door and I think we're good to move in. Alright guys, time to move into our new little home. Alright, I believe it's time for us to put the finishing touches on this little house. When I said earlier that we probably would not go back into that cave until the next episode, I think I might have lied, because we do need some more iron and... oh, there's another cave here. This is interesting. And there's some easily accessible iron. I think I might just go grab it from here. We do need some more iron for our decorations, so I think this is the perfect time to just dip down into this cave, snatch some iron, and go back home. Fighting some more zombies, of course, because why would there not be any zombies guarding the iron? Time to run back home with all that new iron we got. We only got 7 pieces, but if you add that to the 4 pieces we have back home, that gives us a solid 11 pieces of iron, which I think is sufficient for us to make a bucket, some shears, and a couple of lanterns, which is all that we really need to decorate our little home. Look at it off in the distance. Honestly, it's really small, but it gets the job done, and it looks nice and cozy and comfortable and cute, and that's all I really need from this home. And guys, I forgot the main reason why I wanted to go over that hill in the first place, which is to get some sand so that we can actually have some windows in our house and to get some water for our bucket. So up the mountain we go once again. Picking up some more flowers on the way there because, like I said earlier, who doesn't love flowers? And it looks like the sun is starting to set, so what do you guys say we run back home and get some sleep? Because I don't want to be fighting against any more zombies or skeletons today. Home sweet home. Alright. Let's add a lantern inside so that we can actually see. And now let's cook the sand so we can make some windows. And while that's cooking, let's just get going on a nice little field for our crops. But it looks like we're going to be needing some more cobblestone if we want to build that little field. So let's just go right over here. It does actually look like there is a cave. I thought this was just a dead end, but it looks like there's a cave and there's some more iron. So what do you guys say we just grab that while we're grabbing our cobblestone, because I am never going to say no to some more iron, especially in the early game. Alright, we've gathered up about half a stack of cobblestone, and I think we are now ready to finish off this little farm. Alright, I'm just going to gather up some leaves so that we can decorate with them. I will eventually be replacing all these leaves with azalea leaves once we do find an azalea tree, but unfortunately that is not something at my disposition as of right now, but I'm sure we'll find one through our adventures in the future, so not to worry. We're also going to decorate with these nice pretty flowers that we found earlier. Nice little poppy for the entrance. Or are they called roses now? Nope, still a poppy. Our glass is cooked, so we may now build our nice little windows for our home, so the cold air of the winter is no longer getting inside. And while we're here, I'm also gonna craft a little hoe for us so that we can plant all of our crops. And for the crops that we'll be growing to start with, I'm gonna actually start with potatoes, because potatoes are, generally speaking, one of the best early game food sources. Of course, there are better food sources, but for now, potatoes are what's going to get us through most of the early game, and of course, we'll fill in the rest with just some wheat and just carrots in these 2 last slots. Okay guys, with our little starter house and farm built, I think this concludes this first episode of my 1.18 survival let's play. Thank you all for watching so much. It means the world to me that people want to watch my content. I play Minecraft just because I love the game, and I record it because I love sharing it with people, but it means the world to me that some of you guys actually take time out of your day to sit down and watch these videos. Feel free to comment what you want to see in the future episodes. If you like this episode, feel free to like. If you didn't like the episode for any reason, feel free to dislike and leave a comment to justify your dislike so that I can do better in the future. And feel free to subscribe so you never miss a future video. That being said, in episode 2, I think we'll go explore that nasty little mine that we found earlier. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.